Hello, hi. My name is Carson, also known as Fond. Today is actually, I don't know the date. It's April 18th, 2022. The time, let me guess. 8:54. 9:01 p.m. at night. That's not good. I'm behind schedule. Also, in my water, I'm not going to drink the rest of this tonight. There goes a day of drinking water, I guess. What that is related to the topic that I wish to talk about tonight, which also includes the reason I didn't make a video the last 2 nights, 3 nights maybe. I think it's technically 3 because I made one for the day before. But I'm just going to say 2 nights, alright? Reason I've uploaded the video in the last 2 nights is related to my topic. I don't really have a name for the topic. Let me think. I don't want to say punishing cheat days. I'm going to say the topic is embracing cheat days and doubling the work. Or embracing the cheat days to empower the work. Something along the lines, You'll understand. If you don't already, you might. But I've mentioned it before. I honestly forget how short of a time I've been making these videos, because there's sometimes I go to make a video or I think of a topic and I've kind of talk about it like you guys already know. And it's also weird because in a weird way, I'm addressing you as the viewers, even though I'm making it for myself. Because this is my understanding / my philosophy / what I plan to do for cheat days. Because I've talked about it before. So every weekend, usually only Sundays, I'll go over to my friend's house. In real life, I'll go over to my friend's house. It's about 20 minutes away. There usually be about 4 or 5 of us who go over there. We play a lot of board games. We usually cook some food, watch videos, play Smash on the Nintendo Switch. Just a bunch of whatever, And sometimes I'll go over a day earlier. Like this week, that's what happened. This Saturday, I went over there. Saturday. Then I stayed the night. And then I stayed there the entirety of the next day. And then I left about 2 a.m. So that was basically 2 days gone of work. I got my Saturday working in the morning, like exercise. But it was like, it's virtually 2 cheat days. At least in the terms of sleep, like my sleep schedule, cheat days. And the problem is that even goes off into Monday, because on Sundays I stay up so late. So today, by the time I went to bed, I would have got like 3 hours of sleep. Actually, like 2.5 hours of sleep if I woke up at 6 o'clock. I was like, I can't do that. So I ended up waking up about 9, I think, which is not good, A major thing about trying to make a sleep schedule is that you're supposed to go to bed at the same time every night, and no matter what, wake up at the same time. So even if you stay up later, you're supposed to wake up at the same time. But you know what? I think that is a good idea. But I also think that's for people who can't force themselves to do something. Not completely, but let me explain. Even though I've had these last 2 nights of like staying up late and like my schedule should be messed up, I was already on the schedule for long enough to where it genuinely sucked staying up. Like as soon as I went past my bedtime, my energy instantly dropped. I became exhausted so fast. That being said, I think tonight I'm going to go to sleep and I'll probably wake up at 6 in the morning just fine, and I'll probably go back to my schedule just as normal. But no, that's what I do. That's what I did Saturday, Sunday. I didn't make videos. Actually, I recorded a bunch of videos. Every time I go over there, I record a bunch of just random videos. There's a lot of like we got a dartboard this week, so we were playing a bunch of darts. But my card is actually full, so I'm going to need to delete a bunch of the useless photos and videos and clear up some space. But I was recording. I eventually plan to make all this. I have like a bunch of footage on there, and I plan on making videos out of it. Some of it is definitely not appropriate to throw into a video. But there's a lot of good stuff to make just like short video. I've already made a short video one time. I've made short videos like real life adventures, Um, whenever I get a chance. And the problem is I need to do that because that's 128 gigabytes on that camera in my SSD card or my SD card that is filled. I do not have room for that on my computer. So unless I want to buy another SD card, which I could, but I don't know if I really want to, I'm gonna have to clean it up. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I was doing that Saturday. What do we even do? Saturday we just hanged out really. Sunday, what did we do? Oh, Sunday we got food in a town. No, in our town. It was I enjoyed it. Pretty expensive, but I enjoyed it. We also we bought a weed eater for that place because we're planning on taking care of the yard. So we got a weed eater. We're gonna have to try and fix up his mower so we can mow. We'll figure it out. This week was really weird for me because I was like really lazy this week. Like over there, I just didn't have anything I wanted to do. I generally most of my time I spent on my phone reading a light novel. I was still hanging out, playing board games and stuff. But in my free time, I was just kind of chilling out, reading light novels, just whatever, and dying because I was just so exhausted. I literally passing out all the time, just because I was so tired from staying up. I'm trying to think if there's anything important that happened. I don't think so. I mean, I had a time. I really need, in a weird way, I really needed to. My last video was whenever I made that on Friday, I guess, and like I was a little bit too emotional. Not being too emotional is not the problem, but the problem was I was feeling down. So being able to go out and just be with the real life friends and just hang out in person, not touch my computer for 2 days, and technically 3 days. Kind of, I haven't really touched it tonight. Besides now, it's really refreshing, to be able to step away. I think a lot of people, like you hear a lot of people online will say stuff like, I can't leave my computer. If then their power goes out, they freak out. It's like, I hate when I'd have withdrawals. I'm just like, I'm sorry, you don't understand the absolute bliss and clarity of mind that comes with actually being able to have the strength to step away from your computer and not think about it, not think about the internet, not think about people online, not think about what you need to do, have nothing on the internet at all. There are some people out there who I'm sure know that, but I think there are a lot of people who are addicted to the internet who would agree or fall into that category of having withdrawals if they couldn't be on their computer. And feel like they can't live without it. I hope one day they get to feel the same feeling I get whenever I step away from everything. Maybe they won't. Maybe they wouldn't feel the same way I do. I don't know. But for me personally, it's very, very refreshing. So I always look forward to going over to my friends and hanging out with the few of them, be it Sundays, sometimes Saturdays. This time was a Saturday. It was kind of annoying because last week I was in Atlanta for 2 days. And then this week I was at my friend's place for 2 days. So my weekends have just been a total disappeared. I have not had a chance to perform my schedule on a weekend yet, which is kind of a bother, but it's kind of getting to the point I'm trying to make now. The point I'm trying to make is if you're trying to, change your life in certain patterns, do new things, have certain habits, you might be thinking you can't have cheat days or days where you don't do everything. Like, for example, I go over there to their place. That one night I managed to drink all my water, but as you can see, I'm about half of a thing out of water because I didn't manage to drink all this, A little bit behind my water drinking. Obviously, I didn't work on D&D while I was there. I didn't have my computer. I didn't exercise properly. We actually, weirdly enough, the dartboard was pretty damn good exercise. I was using my watch. It was pretty good exercise. I don't know how logistically correct the watch was in that, but that was really good. Another problem, actually, I felt really guilty because in my delusional state on Saturday, they, they had ice cream sandwiches over there, and in my delusional state, I didn't eat like a proper dinner before I got to leave, so I was like, and since I was staying up so much later than I normally go to bed, the hunger started hitting me since I wasn't asleep, so I didn't have to deal with that in the morning when I woke up for breakfast. And they had these ice cream sandwiches in the fridge, like an entire box of them, man. And I was like, oh, I'm so hungry. And just a little ice cream sandwich. What, you know? I looked at the thing. It's like 120 calories per ice cream sandwich. I'm like, one ice cream sandwich won't hurt. So I open up the ice cream sandwich and I eat it. I eat it really slowly, mind you, to savor it. And then I'm like, that's really good. Another ice cream sandwich couldn't be that bad. I think you see where this is going. It turned into a night full of ice cream sandwiches and other just random mess. So that was something. Weirdly enough, the next day wasn't that good either. We ended up going to the restaurant eating, but I expected to, because what I ate was a lot of like sugars and carbs, which is really bad, But the problem is I didn't eat enough, like calorie wise, to I wasn't a huge calorie deficient, I guess. So I came back home today and I weighed myself, for discretional sake. I'm not really worried about my weight, but to me it's a sign. There's a certain place I want to get to. Right now I was like about 148, 150 when I first started, and I'm trying to get back down, ideally about 140, 135, somewhere in there. And I came back and I was like, oh, God, I'm fucked. I just put on all these fats and these carbs and these sugars, and that's all I've ate. But I think since I'm such a calorie deficient, I was actually like, I think it all kicked in at the same time. I exercised and I lost 2 pounds. Weirdly enough, I don't know how it happened, but I think there's also partially due to the fact that I hadn't eaten anything. So, but we're still doing okay. That wasn't a problem. And once I realized that I've been overthinking it a little bit, like a little bit too strict, I think would be the word. So I realized, because people would tell you if you ever look up and change your life, they'll say it's not unreasonable to have a cheat day, But I've realized something is it's all right to have a cheat day. Like for example, Sunday is my cheat day. I'm going, or maybe even Monday, because usually I'll leave at in the evening of Sunday. So even maybe Monday would be my cheat day, like Sunday night, Monday morning. But what I've realized, at least for myself, is you can have a cheat day where you go off, you stay up later for a day or two, maybe eat a little bit unhealthy. Maybe you eat. I don't like to eat past 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at the latest. Maybe I eat later, because I don't go over there until that time. And the thing is, whenever you do this, you have to remember. Like for example, I feel really bad. Like I feel guilty. Now, did I enjoy those ice cream sandwiches? Did I enjoy, a Dr. Pepper? Yes, it's fucking great, super delicious. But whenever I think about it, I don't enjoy it. So it's like in the moment it was good, but I'm slowly forming this idea, this feeling of disappointment almost. So probably next time, or the next few times, it might take a little while, I go and I see these temptations, these junk foods, snacks, maybe they're cooking later at night. Whenever I see this stuff, I think I'll eventually be able to instantly associate that with a negative feeling instead of a positive taste feeling, and I'll be able to overcome it. But even if I don't, this is what I did today, and kind of, I think, the solution to if you have cheat days. Because I think if you try not having any cheat days, you might end up encountering burnout, or a feeling of forcing yourself to not do the things you enjoy, so you end up not enjoying the exercise or whatever you're doing, and it'll end up creating this this kind of a wall. where between enjoyment and work, and you'll start feeling like the things you're trying to do are more work and aren't nearly as fun. So make like this negative viewpoint. So I think it's alright to have cheat days instead of forming that negative viewpoint on what you're trying to do. But the thing is, whenever you have a negative cheat day, you need to basically you need to double down your efforts, or let that cheat day empower your efforts. So let that cheat day, that guilt that you realize when you get the next day, you're like, oh my God, I'm not on schedule right now. This freaking sucks. Why did I do that? Allow that negative energy to empower your soul, to help emblaze your soul, and light yourself on fire to realize I need to be careful doing that. And you keep powering on whatever you're trying to. Like, for example, today I woke up, I went to bed, I could not wake up at 6 o'clock. I would have sucked. I genuinely would have been in pain. So I ended up skipping that. I ended up not waking. I woke up to an alarm, but then I turned it off. I ended up waking up about 9 o'clock, and I stayed in bed even longer. But whenever I finally got up, I was like, oh God, I just stayed in bed for so long. It's not 6 o'clock. It's like almost noon. It was like 10 o'clock probably by the time I got up. And I was like, all right. So instead of allowing that negative energy to influence my day and be like, I'm just going to do my schedule tomorrow, screw it, I said, all right. That was a mistake. I enjoyed it, but it was a little bit of a mistake. I overdid it. So I decided to do extra work. So it's a semi-punishment, but in reality, it's helping me get back on track. So as soon as I woke up, instead of doing my 5-mile walk, I said, screw this. I don't have the time, was one thing. And also, walking is going to be a lot easier than this. So I jumped on my bike, and I did my 5-mile route on my bike. So it is faster, which is something I needed. Since I was already like a few hours behind schedule, I needed to go faster. It cut my time in about half. Or yeah, just about half, because it took me about 40 minutes or 38 minutes to cycle the 5 miles, and walking it normally takes me about an hour 20, hour 24, somewhere in there. And I enjoy cycling, but my God, it did suck. I had my legs hurt because I didn't stretch. I need to start stretching. I've learned. My legs hurt. It sucked. I wasn't going fast. The wind. Oh my God. The wind was so strong this morning. It's like you're pedaling super hard, but it's like you're going up a hill all the time because the wind is just pushing you back. Like the wind made. I think one of the reasons, there was a couple reasons why today was so hard cycling. Number one, I didn't have a proper meal the day before. Like I'm in this huge calorie deficient right now. And my appetite is just totally shot right now. I mean, this huge calorie deficient appetite shot because of the last 2 days. So I didn't have the energy in the morning when I woke up to actually exert enough energy. Number two, the wind made it a lot harder. So basically my exercise was already like, it was probably about times 2 to times 4, times 4, 2 or 4 times, between 2 and 4 times harder than it would have normally been. Number three, when I cycle, the most I ever cycle is usually like 2 or 3 miles on semi-flat ground. I was like doing my walking route, which is like super hilly, and it's like 5 miles, so it's already farther. So that was instantly harder. And it was just number 5. I didn't have enough sleep either. So I think all that combined made it really difficult. But that was my pseudo punishment for extra cheating on my cheat days. And then, of course, doing that means whenever you cycle, I'm supposed to get 10,000 steps a day, or roughly 5 miles. I'm supposed to get 5 miles walking, but 10,000 steps is about the same. But since I replaced my walking with cycling, I didn't get my steps. So then I knew in the evening, before I got back. That's why I'm in this right now. This is my Burger King windbreaker I wear to cycle and walk, or run whenever I'm running too. But I had to go walk, because I only had like 2,000 steps, and I actually had 4,000 steps, and I need 10,000, so I need 6,000 more, which is about 3 miles. Just cycling doesn't give you any really. So I ended up walking 3 miles. What am I? I don't think I'm at 10,000. I'm at 9,632. So I'll be able to get that before I go to bed. But then I had to do that. And, so that is basically I had to double my exercise regardless. So I think the point of this is I think if you're trying to do something, it doesn't have to be exercise. It could be literally anything. But for me right now in my point in time, I'm focusing on exercising, like cardio. It doesn't have to be super strict. It needs to be strict, but don't look at it like you can't have any fun. If you want to have a cheat day, go for it. But whenever you get back on track, whenever you wake up in the morning and you're off schedule, you need to double down. You need to remember that feeling of like, oh, God, this sucks. So next time you're tempted, you might be less tempted, or you might control it better. And you also need to work harder that day. The day after your cheat day, you need to work even harder to ensure you get back on your schedule. Because if you don't work harder, or even if you do the same, or if you cannot make any exceptions, you at least have to do the same amount. But I suggest doing more. Because if you make any exceptions, then that's going to set the seed of you allowing yourself to not do things, and it might slowly start growing until you start, maybe I just won't do anything today, and then maybe I won't do anything tomorrow. Maybe I'll have 2 cheat days. You know what? Maybe I don't feel good today. Maybe I won't do anything. You don't want that. I don't want that. So I cannot allow myself to falter. I personally, I need, whenever I say you and I'm talking as if I'm talking to you, I'm kind of talking to myself as well. I just know people might see this. So, so you imagine when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself as well. But I personally, I cannot, if I start allowing these breaks, I'll end up relapsing back into my old ways and just forget everything. So having the cheat days, I don't want to get rid of my real life friends. I enjoy them. So at least Sundays, but I need to become more strict, which I think will start slowly happening since I'm disappointed in myself to some degree. And whenever you come back on Mondays, you need to work harder. Do something a little more. Make sure you, even if it hurts. Today fucking hurt. My legs were super sore. I don't know why. Today was the first day that I felt like my legs were cramping up. I'm guessing because I didn't drink enough water or have enough energy. It freaking sucked. But I kept doing it because I knew I needed to do that. So tomorrow morning, I can wake up at 6 o'clock. I can go do my walk or cycle, whatever I want to do. Come back home and get back on track. Anyway, that's the main point. I just other topics. Oh, you can see about that. I got my whiteboard. I'll have to go buy expo markers from the store. I might do that. I have a few back there, but I want more colors. So I might do that tomorrow. I don't know. I'm going to start adding stuff. The reason I got a whiteboard is because I'm a very visual person. So, like, for example, I have a Post-it note here that has my goals on it. But I'll be honest, I never look up here at this Post-it note. I haven't even kept track on that Post-it note because I forget about it. But if I turn around and I see a whiteboard with my goals, what I've achieved on whatever side, that's going to be much more beneficial to me. So that thing's going to start being filled up. I just set it up today, a few hours ago. So I haven't done anything with it. But tomorrow I'm probably going to start working on that. And I don't know if you'll be able to read it whenever I do these videos, but you probably will. But I have a little. I can roll it around. But I'm gonna start filling it up with stuff for myself. So I'm glad I got that. It's been very nice. Oh, also today I've started looking for a piano teacher. I have an aunt. She's not actually my aunt, but she's really close, like, to the family. So I've always called her my aunt or aunt, whatever I want to say. Unfortunately, she's a really good pianist, but she's too busy, and she isn't too busy to teach or anything like that. But she's going to look around for me, and I'm going to be trying to find I got another suggestion, but no one knows if she's still doing piano lessons anymore. But I'm going to be looking around for a piano teacher nearby. If not, then I guess, I'll just start doing it myself. and hope for the best, I guess. But I really want to find a piano teacher nearby. That's in the town, you know. I don't want to have to drive. That's town over. I will though, I guess, if need be. If I have to drive to the next town over, I probably would. There'd be a lot of gas money, but it's alright. I don't know. I think that's about it. I mean, this video is going on kind of long because I had my topic. Today's been nothing special. I just got back home, so I'm eating leftovers. I haven't cooked anything good. I ate leftover, what is that? Frittata? Did I even talk about my frittata? Did I talk about frittatas? I don't think I did. I think it was in my last video. No, because my last video was made for the day before, so I'd never talked about the frittata. Okay, I decided to talk about that then, because I mean, I don't want to though. I don't want to talk. I'm so tired. Whatever, I'll talk about it. That won't make it fast. So last Friday, I got up and I said I want to cook something for breakfast. By cook, I mean something that takes a lot of steps and it combines a lot of different ingredients into one to make something. So I looked up breakfast recipe and I found this thing called a frittata. Frittata? Frittata? Is that Frittata? Frittata? I don't know, something like that. You know what? I'll try and make this. So I realized I didn't have any of their ingredients, so I basically ended up making it myself. Like I just started throwing stuff in, not knowing what I was doing. So I ended up deciding to put. I thought about maybe putting 2 onions, but I minced up 1 onion, 1 white onion. Then I did the same thing with some asparagus. And I've never had asparagus, and I did the same thing with string beans, so like green beans. And I threw them all in this pan, started simmering them. I've never had any of those vegetables, mind you. And then you make an egg mixture, so you basically stir up a bunch of eggs, put some garlic in there, some seasoning. Then you'll cook the veggies on the stove for a while, and then you'll end up adding the mixture. So I did all that, blah, Then I had seasoning, I had paprika, turmeric, ginger, and cinnamon. I added quite a bit of cinnamon. So I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. Because at this point, I was not following any recipes. And I didn't know how much of what to use, so I was just testing. And I've never had a frittata before. Frittata? I've never had one of those before. I didn't know what they were until now. And I was really worried because I've never had onions, asparagus, or green beans, so I really thought it wouldn't be good. But it ended up being pretty dang good, won't lie. So it was really good fresh, but also, now that I'm eating it as leftovers, it's not nearly as good. That leftover from the fridge is not that good. Okay. I think tomorrow I'll still have like a few more slices, so that'll probably be my breakfast tomorrow. But I eat a couple slices. Maybe I should make some like corn to go with it, because it's kind of hard to eat it's easy to eat by itself when it was fresh, but now that I'm having to reheat it, it's not that good. So I ate like 2 rolls today with it. I ate like 3 slices, 2 rolls. That's actually the only meal I had today. My appetite's been busted. So I think tomorrow when I wake up, my appetite is going to go back on track, where I eat in the morning, have a small lunch, then have a dinner, or something like that. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I'll eat that. I'll cook something in the morning. But I've been eating leftovers, or I haven't been here, so I haven't had a chance to cook anything new besides that last Friday. So probably tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow, and then the next day, I'll probably end up cooking something. I don't know. We'll find out. I enjoy cooking. Okay, well, I have nothing else to talk about. I need to get ready for bed. It's 9:30. I need to get ready for bed so I can wake up at 6, get 8 hours of sleep. Thank you all very much. This video will be uploaded tomorrow, because I don't have the time to upload tonight. Things are doing pretty well, kind of. I feel like things are falling apart a little bit, but I'm trying my best to, glue everything back together as it falls apart. So, we're still holding in there. We're still holding in there, and I think we might be slightly doing better too. I think I started, and I think I went back a little bit. But now that I went back to a spot where I'm more comfortable, and now we're slowly increasing, very slowly, back to where I started. So we'll see. Anyway, goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a nice night. Take care of yourself.